Recording and streaming. Just got to make sure that it goes through and is actually up.
Mm-hmm.
And it is up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now we can start. Hello, Jay. As if we haven't been speaking for the last half hour.
That is true. Yeah.
But for anybody who is watching this either now or later, this is my friend Jay. They are one of my oldest friends. As in time known, because I'm older than them. So yeah, not the same. I believe. I always
Yeah.
forget.
You're older than me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
always forget. Oh yeah, I forgot.
You
I forgot. You taught me why you're younger than me because your skin is supple.
Ew. Ew. Stop. I didn't. I said that one time.
Yep, and that was one
Yeah.
time too many, and you know it.
I know. I know it is. It's okay.
Hey, you could
Whatever.
have stuck with the glistening. Glistening is at least
Ew.
not as bad as sup.
No. No. Listening just sounds like, I don't know, worse.
Like
Sweaty.
cum?
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, sweat.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
All right. Well, either way,
Mhm.
well, I would start with how you're doing, but we started that.
Mm.
So we can move on to the first topic, which was basically because I have heard you mention it, but I was never really sure what you meant by it because I don't
Yeah.
know what the word means, and I tried looking it up, and I don't think it's a word. Parasocial stuff.
Parasocial?
Yeah, you said something about parasocial, but like I don't know what it means, and I'm too lazy to look it up. And I thought,
Parasocial.
hey, I can make it a topic and ask them and make them do
That's
all the work on
fair.
that. Fuck Google.
Yeah.
They'll most likely tell me something different.
I can't remember what that was in reference to.
Pretty sure it was the VTuber and like the uh
Mhm.
perceivedness or like uh
Mhm.
whole thing of being perceived, and it's very parasocial. I think you were talking about like nerves or like your I don't know, but in general I think that you had mentioned it
Mhm.
and I thought it was important. Apparently not. So
Well, I mean, we have so many conversations, and when we have conversations, they're a lot. We talk about a lot of things at one time, and we go on like little tangents and whatnot. So it's kind of hard to keep everything straight for what we've talked about. But concerning parasocial, it's defined as like a one-sided connection where an individual develops a strong sense of intimacy or familiarity with a public figure, fictional character, or media personality they don't know personally. Um, they can
okay.
be like an
So
emotional connection,
okay, so I think it was in
a
regards
friend,
to you
or a
don't want to
close
appear on camera because I think that could be it. Because if you get to a certain, I mean, I'm pretty sure now if you were to show yourself on stream, it would probably most likely you would be afraid of the parasocial because most likely you would be afraid that one viewer would be like, oh my god, it's an actual person. I love them.
Not necessarily. I think
It
that a
would
lot of
happen.
my
It's Twitch. You're
relationships
on Twitch.
true. Yes, 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 I know. But I think a lot of my relationships, friendships or otherwise, have been built on a little bit of a parasocial nature, especially if, well, you were part of my group previously, where there was like a one-sided kind of love situation with Mia. For
Yes.
they've changed their name now, so I can use that name so you know who I'm referencing to. Um, but like there was a whole situation with that where it was very one-sided, and it took me a while to realize that, but it's along the natures of like a parasocial friendship that turned romantic. But I don't necessarily think that I have a fear of anything parasocial. The reason why I'm a VTuber is because I've had stalkers in the past, and um like people who've done some pretty not great things to me. So I like to hide my identity behind being a VTuber because they know like my tattoos, they know my face, they know all that kind of stuff, and I don't want them to find me again. So
Okay.
that's why I picked up VTubing, and that's why I continue to do VTubing. And I probably will never show my face just for my own safety and, making sure that I still feel comfortable being who I am. Um,
Okay. Yeah.
and yeah, I don't want like anybody that I used to know from, that side of my life who knew my stalker and who knew what I went through. I don't want them to treat me any differently as a person either. I would like to, be the new person that I am now after moving into another state. And, and I want to be who I am now. And I don't want other people to see who I used to be and give me that sympathy again or bring up old traumas that I've, come to terms with. I just want to be a new person. I like who I am now.
Do you realize though, if you had told me about the stalking, I wouldn't have asked so often to see your face.
I have. I've said
Well,
the thing about stalking before.
what,
I mean, it might
one
have been a
time years
while.
ago?
Probably, yeah,
Yeah.
honestly.
What are the chances I'll hold on to that information when, again,
Um,
it was the whole thing where you just said, and I
mhm,
am that kind of person where I'm not going to feel bad for you. Nobody wants to have that thrust on them. Like, oh, pity? Thanks. Thanks for the pity. That feels great. So most likely I just push that to the back of my mind because that's not an important part about you. That's an important part about those people being pieces of
mhm.
shit. So I had no reason to hold on to that information.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I think with, like with the kind of agoraphobia I've had recently where, like, I don't like leaving the house, I'm scared of, like, in real life people, it makes it harder for me not to hide behind my VTuber as well. So that's a lot of the reason why, like, even though I'm very comfortable with you, I still feel uncomfortable showing my face because it's still, like,
it's
crossing a boundary of where I'm gonna be
caked in.
perceived. Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah,
So
that's entirely fair.
mhm.
But hey, I mean, if say in the future, now if it's like, man, I wish I could see you on camera, you get to turn this on. As I said before, you get to turn this on. It's like, there, my camera's
Yeah.
on. You never said what kind of camera.
Fair, fair, I can do that, and you've already said that I could do that, so I'll just be like, "Well, you said it would be
Yeah,
okay and it would
and it
work."
is it is kind of like a step forward in a way
Mhm.
because while it's not the exact same, it is a way to basically appear on camera more as a person. So while it's not
Yeah.
you showing your actual face, it is you showing
Mhm.
an actual face with expressions that, of course, don't show everything. But at the
True.
same time, it is, I would say, a step in the right direction.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'll keep
So
that in mind too. I mean, like, I think in, like, most VTuber circles, a lot of us don't sit around in our, VTube avatars and talk and stuff. It's not something we really do. But that being said, a lot of us don't know what we look like. So we do see each other as like our avatars. All of my friends in the VTubing community see me as who I am, like in
right,
front of you right now. So they don't know what
but
I actually look like.
but
Hmm.
honestly, that's a waste because there's a joke you could pull so often on people. Well,
Hmm.
my eyes are up here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
And
because
believe it
you
or not,
because you know there
I
will be
asked
people
for,
where it's just like my eyes are up. Oh,
yeah.
okay, yep. Oops.
Yeah,
How did you know?
uh-huh. Believe it or not, I asked for smaller boobs, and this is what they gave me. So
Honestly, they're still pretty small compared to some of the ones I've seen.
that is true. Yeah.
Yeah. check out Sora. Those are enormous.
I don't know if I want to, really.
Oh, it's crazy. They really they only well, I'm kind of getting into VTubers, not like subscribing on
Mhm.
YouTube because it's not really my content, but and
Yeah.
generally when they react to stuff I don't give a shit about, I don't watch. But they've
Yeah.
started to react to the Vanos crew. Every VTuber is doing it. It's fucking crazy. Like it's like they all
Wow.
discover the Vanos crew, and it's just like, yeah, I'll watch them. And the
Yeah.
amount of slurs that are said that the editors don't blur out, it's so funny to watch. It's like, that's a slur. Is your editor all right?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
just so funny.
The thing about VTubers is a lot of them tend to hop on trends. So if there's something that's getting somebody views
Oh,
and it becomes
everybody starts
something
doing
that
it.
they,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's not just like reacting to things or playing games, like it's art too. So like everybody started getting eye banners. So now everybody has to have like an eye banner. It's just kind of standard. There's like a book boob trend that's going on. So
An
everybody has to get I
an
have
eye
one.
bender?
No, no, a book boob trend. I'll send mine to you so you understand what it is. But
Okay, because I have no idea what. Uh,
yeah.
the only thing I can think of is like the T binder,
No, no, no,
like
no, no,
the
no.
thing that it's like the compression thing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. No,
Yeah,
so
and
it's
that's what was
essentially
brought to mind, and especially when you're talking about VTubers, I'm like, wait, wouldn't that defeat the most the purpose of VTubers if it's like no tits?
mhm, yeah. So it's essentially like VTubers are like
Oh, okay,
naked, and then they
so
have
it's
have a
more
book
sexual
covering their
but
tits.
less sexual.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
but that's like a huge trend that everybody jumped on, and like it's just VTubers are trends, and you have to follow the trends to get more popular. You can be an outliner, sure, but you're not really gonna get the views if you don't. So,
Ironically, though, that is the exact same with most people on Twitch too. Because remember what
yeah.
happened years back? I think it was years back, or maybe just like a couple years. I don't know, but
Mhm,
it was when Twitch basically updated their policy on nudity, and it was like, as long as you're not showing anything inappropriate, that's fine. And then
mhm,
one person started to put, I assume it was a woman because
mhm,
men wouldn't really have a reason to do this.
mhm,
But then I'm pretty sure a woman basically put like a black bar over the nipples and
mhm,
over the pussy, and then
mhm,
everybody, even men, and with men there was only one black bar, but
mhm,
everybody started to do it. And now, of course, even if
mhm.
you're a man, you cannot show nipples on stream because of those
Yep.
people.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing where like in art, they said that it was okay if you're doing art to show like some kind of nudity, and a VTuber ruined that. They posted
Yeah.
all of their like pornographic art during stream, and like they started to make the stream incredibly lewd, and therefore they ruined that for everybody. So now like
Yes.
people who streamed their art can't stream their non-safe for work art that they're making, and it's just it was shitty to say the least.
I mean, it's basically you give them an inch and they'll take a mile, and
Oh yeah.
everybody does it. But
100%.
all it takes is that one person to go that extra mile and ruin it for everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's usually how it goes, honestly.
Now, I did also want to talk because well, about
Mhm,
stream,
mhm.
and I'm sure we have talked about this, but I can't remember. Is
Yeah.
why only spooky? I mean, like, it's okay if it's not spooky. Realize that you could play other stuff on stream. I know it's more
So
of like you don't want to, but it's got to be more of like it's more your uh, it's more your aesthetic, and I get that.
Mhm.
But at the same time, you could branch out. I mean, like, everybody does it.
True. So there's two main reasons for doing it. The first, which is like my reason for doing it, and the primary reason I do it, is because my whole reason for streaming is because there are certain games that I know I will not play on my own. Majority of them are horror games. It's very hard for me to play a horror game on my own. I get too scared. I have to stop. But if I'm streaming it, like there's more motivation for me to complete the game. There's more motivation for me to play it, and I don't feel as scared because there's a shit ton of people around me supporting me. And it's why I started streaming in the first place. Like when
Okay.
I came back to streaming, it became more of a priority. When I first started streaming, it was because I was kind of alone and I wanted more people to hang out with. So I figured I would make some friends through streaming, and you saw where that got me. And
Yep.
then when I came back to streaming, I had friends. I had a lot of like D&D friends, and like moved in with my roommate, and I'm happy. At least in real life, I'm happy. So
Yeah,
yeah,
this roommate.
this roommate, yeah, this
Yeah.
this current roommate is actually
Fuck the
like
old roommate.
my
She sucked.
yeah, my current roommate is like in real life best friend. Like I've known him for years. I adore him. So he's great. Love him.
Yes,
10
but
out of 10.
the
But
last one was as well. So
one of my best friends,
that's
wouldn't
what
say
you'd said. Yeah.
that. I know. Like it started out great, but then she just became incredibly toxic.
Yeah.
And
So
like
I think you have moved towards the right direction.
true.
Most
Yeah.
likely you did a little bit more vetting. Like, hey, do you have any deep dark shit that you actually do IRL? Because that might change my decision.
Well, also, I mean, I've known my current roommate for a few years before we moved in with each other. Whereas the other person, I had literally met them and known them for like a few months before we decided to move in with each other. And you never
Oh,
really know someone until you move in with them. But it
true,
was
but
a
still, a
mistake.
couple months.
I, True, yeah, but I don't
You hyped
regret
up the
anything.
friendship way more than that. I thought you were like much closer.
No, I don't regret anything because it got me to move out of my old city, which was fucking awful. I hated it there, and move to a new city where everything was more accessible. And now, I'm currently living with my current roommate in that same city, and I'm happy that I'm here.
Well,
I
yeah,
think everything happened for a reason.
it's also the one thing I will always say is that yes, we all make mistakes, but if we learn from them, then it's it's good. So like I've made a
Yeah.
lot of mistakes, but I always learn from them. So this past time drinking, I've finally learned, hey,
Mhm.
well, I basically had that fallout with a girl, and
Mhm.
I learned, hey, I need to change because I'm tired of being who I am right now. So I need to
Mhm.
change so I can actually get in shape, maybe grow my hair back, and then turn into a dickbag. I would love to do that. That'd be awesome
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
those guys get all the girls. So
Yeah.
that's my plan, to turn into a piece
Um,
of shit, get a lot of women, be hated for it, but at the same time, winner.
fair. Yeah, but the second reason is to kind of build a brand, build something that you're known for, to kind of garner an audience that's people who are going to keep returning. Because if you switch between like game styles, it's not necessarily going to be a game that everybody likes. It's not going to be what your original community was there for. So,
True.
sticking with one genre of game helps you build a community surrounded around that genre so you can continue to have reoccurring viewers and, people who want to stick around and want to see the next like game that you play. Whereas variety streamers have a much more difficult time because they need to find people who
Yeah.
are there for and not the games that they're playing. And there's a lot of people who don't watch streamers who aren't playing something that they like, even though they may like the streamer. So having like the root in horror makes it so that I know like if people are following me, it's because they either like me as a person or they like the games that I'm playing, which is what we hope for. But even if they're following me, I can hope that they can come back because they already know what they're going to get out of me. But lately, I've been playing a lot of different games that aren't horror just for my mental sanity because the in real life stuff has gotten to me a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I've been playing like Animal Crossing and
On
Stardew
stream?
Valley and Subnautica. Yeah, on stream.
Of course. Of course
Yeah.
of course you start doing this when I'm banned.
No, that wasn't my intention though.
Great. And
But yeah,
let me guess if I'm able to get back to horror.
no,
That's gonna be
I
so
do.
funny.
No, I plan on so Stardew Valley, we were doing like a group thing. It didn't really work for me because I haven't played it since 2016 and the group doesn't have any tutorials and there's so many new mechanics and shit. So I was like, fuck this. I'm not having a good time. But we started Animal Crossing. And so for Animal Crossing, we do plan to like play through the entire thing, as many seasons as we possibly can. So we're vibing, surviving. I'll be doing it for a while.
Okay.
So yeah.
I mean, after I make it back, we could always do like I do have the Switch, so if we find a game that is liked by both of us, which I can tell you will not be Stardew or Animal Crossing. But if there's something else that we can find, then we could always do that. Like I
Oh
don't know if
yeah.
you've ever played Mario Kart on stream. I think maybe you have. Can't
I
remember.
played Mario Kart. It's not my favorite. I prefer Mario Party, but I will play
Oh,
Mario
I have
Kart.
that too. I have Mario
I love
Party
Mario Party.
Jamboree.
I love Mario Party. Mario Party is fucking fantastic.
I've never
Sign
played
me
it.
up, dude. It's so good. It's so much fun.
I've watched people playing it. So Jay, do you want to be my first?
Yes, I would love to. I mean, even if it's on your kick stream, I'd be happy to play some lovely
Okay.
games of
I could
whatever
always
the
make
fuck
an
it is.
exception and stream on a Friday.
Yeah, that's up to you. If you want to use our Friday time for it, that's fine. If you want to schedule it outside, I just need to figure out what time and we can add it in to my schedule.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Maybe on a Thursday, Tuesday, I stream like 2 p.m., 3 p.m. and on with Animal Crossing. Wednesday, I do Archipelago, which is a stream I end up doing for a while, and that takes me forever. So Thursday, I'm pretty much free though. That's my off day.
Okay,
So
yeah,
if you wanted to
we can do
plan
that.
for Thursday.
Well, I mean it's usually better when we have more people. So I might be able to get my buddy Perry on board. So there's that.
Yeah,
I could probably get Phil involved in that too, and
yeah,
then we'd
get
have the
some of
whole
your
team.
friends.
Huh.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, if you want to bring yours as well, then we could fill the thing up with that. Again, if you want,
I think I think
it'd be really fun
Mario
to.
Party is
It'd be,
4 people.
yes, but I'm just imagining if Abyss had it, how easy of a win it would be because we all know who's coming last. I'm not going to do this because I love you too much. Yeah, I know, and I'm taking advantage of that.
Yeah, he doesn't have a Switch. But I know he would play if he did.
You know, if you drop the hint, he would probably be like, "I'll get it right now. I'll buy the Switch 2 if I have to." It's like, nobody's saying go
No.
that far. Wait until the
Yeah,
Switch 2 is out and then get the Switch. The price will plummet.
oh my god. Yeah, that's what I've been telling everybody because the Switch 2 is not gonna be that good. I'm not even gonna lie.
Like
It is.
it looks cool in the way that
Mhm.
like, oh, there's voice chat. Cool. I have Discord. No. And like, oh, the new Mario Kart. Cool. And oh, it can only be played on the 2? Then I'll never play it.
Yeah, because not everybody's gonna have the 2, and the innovations that they're making to the 2 aren't really worth it.
Yeah. So I mean,
And
just wait
I'm
until it's out and then eventually just like, oh well, the Switch is a lot less pricey, so it's easier
Mhm.
to obtain now.
I think the only thing that would really bring me back is if they did backwards compatibility for games, including some of the older Animal Crossing games, and Fire Emblem games, and then if they have like a new Animal Crossing or Fire Emblem flagship. Otherwise, I don't care. I don't care about the Switch 2. I really don't.
Yeah, and I mean, you have the expansion pack if you want to play old games. So I mean, that's already
Yeah.
on the Switch.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really not worth it unless there's something that you can only get on Switch 2 that you are like desperate to play. And even
Yeah,
then, I'm sure at a later point, like a year later, it'll probably have progression to the regular Switch because they're not going to waste that money. They're not going to waste that money. Once they
true.
know a lot of people aren't going to be buying the Switch, they're probably going to release games for the Switch 2 after a few months.
Yeah, so we just have to wait, and then we're good.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
moving on to something that you brought up, and I would like to delve into
Hmm.
the need to show off on here, but on like actual camera.
The need to show off. So, like, when I am like actually on video versus being a VTuber.
Flesh tuber, and then you have to show off for whatever reason,
Um,
because that
I
had to
think
have been born from something. It,
well, I think it's derived from the fact that like I'm always like who I am on call is somebody that I'm not off call. Like who I am with you guys is very different than who I am with my roommate. Not that like I change my personality or anything like that, but I'm much more
on
um on, yeah. When I'm hanging out with people on the internet, like I'm more vibrant, like I try to be more happy and I don't
you try to be more
mind.
happy.
Yes, this is me trying to be more happy. I know.
I
Believe
hate
it or
to see
not,
you off camera. Then, god damn.
my roommate gets a lot of negativity from me, but it's okay because he's a Pisces. He goes with the flow, he feels my negativity and he recharges me. So it's fine. But my point is when I'm on camera, like I feel like I have to put on a performance. Like I can't be who I usually am. Like when I'm a VTuber, like right now, sure, I'm like sitting up straight, like I look decent. I don't look terrible. Like I showered this morning. But if I'm on camera, I feel like I have to do my hair. I have to do my makeup. I have to dress nicely. I have to look a certain way to make sure that people don't judge me. And sure, that's not necessarily what needs to happen. I'm sure you guys are still going to love me the way that I am. You love me for, you guys met me through a fucking screen and you got to know me as a voice rather than a person. So I'm sure you guys aren't
Yes.
going to feel that way. But that doesn't stop like my brain from going down the rabbit hole of like I need to look a certain way or I need to present myself a certain way. Like when I'm on camera, it becomes a show. I do not get the chance to like relax. I'm constantly on edge because it feels like you guys are always judging me and you're not. I know that. Especially you and like Abyss, you guys would never judge me, but it doesn't
I
change the
I don't
fact.
care enough to. Why would I?
I know, but it doesn't change the fact that I feel like I'm on display in a way. And it definitely comes from being objectified in the past. It comes from, the stalkers that I've had that have treated
Yes,
me like
an
arm
object.
candy. Hmm. Where like I always had to be like on my best behavior. Like I always had to present myself in a certain way to make them and their friends happy. I never really got to relax and be myself. And I feel like I have to do that same thing. And I know I don't have to, but the subconscious part of me that is protecting myself, I guess, um, keeps telling me that you guys are going to do that, and that it's just going to be another vicious circle. So
Well,
Yeah.
that might be something that you should work on. And I do actually have a good way of doing that without actually having to do it on a camera in a way.
Mhm.
You could always say you you just do it when you're alone. Just um practice, even if it's just like open up the camera app. That way it'll show you, but there's nobody looking. It's literally just the camera.
If it wasn't for the fact that I actually do that when I VTube and I'm, like, fixing things for my VTuber, like, I still feel the same way.
Yes, but that's the thing. It's that um, I'm pretty sure that is the issue, and that is why if you were to actually practice on just like the normal, and I'm talking about like camera app, not OBS, not VTube Studio, just the camera app. If you do that, and then you actually try to change how you're thinking as you're looking, it obviously take some time, but it would be an easier way to do it without the pressure of anybody. Like if say you accidentally hit live and then all of a sudden it's your face. If it's just the camera, that can't happen. So you have the added little bit where you get to just talking to the camera, or literally just talking to the screen while watching your reactions, and then you get to pick up on, okay, that right there, that I need to change, that I need to change.
I hate that.
Yeah, it's hard.
Well, I know, but it would also become it wouldn't as, like, beneficial as I think it could possibly be, just knowing myself, it wouldn't become anything positive. It would turn into a constantly, like, getting myself down. It's like, "Oh, you're doing it again." Like, if it would feel like I'm training myself to perform, to be on camera in a more natural way,
Yeah,
and it's like
that's
what I'm
that's what I do.
constantly do. I know, but it still ends up being a performance because it's not who I am. Because I'm still gonna have to put on makeup. I'm still gonna have to do my hair. I'm still gonna have to dress a certain way to meet the expectations of the people around me, despite knowing that you guys don't care. I'm still gonna have to do that. So
No,
it,
you
it
don't have to put on
stems.
makeup. Remember, I've seen you without makeup because I watched you put on makeup, which means I know. Well, technically, I know what you look like without makeup. Literally, if I were to see a picture of your face, that memory would come back to me and would be like, "Oh, yep, now I remember. Yep, okay." So really, I know what you look like without makeup. So you don't have to put on makeup. Especially, who are you trying to impress? I'm like your brother.
I know, but it's not even about impressing you. It's just about keeping and maintaining the expectation that I've set in, like, the past. And like it really it stems from, like, a lot of, my past traumas, and it's something I have to work on even in real life. I can't
Yes.
go out to events or anything without wearing makeup, without dressing up or doing my hair. And, like, I don't leave the house most days because I don't like doing that. I don't like putting on makeup. I don't like, dressing up and pretending to be someone I'm not, but that's something that I feel like I have to do. And, the agoraphobia doesn't help because it constantly makes me feel like people are judging me. And that's one of the reasons I don't like going outside. Like, even going outside to just check the mail gives me anxiety. It's, it's not,
I hate checking
obviously,
the
it's
mail
not
too.
healthy. I mean, it's not healthy,
Yeah, like
but
I mean, my
also,
main thing is just I'm lazy, so I leave it for months at a time, and then like, oh fuck, there's so much. What can I do to avoid this?
yeah, for me, it's not that I'm lazy. I simply just do not want to be perceived. I don't want people to see me or look at me and know I exist. I'd rather just not exist, you know?
But,
Hmm.
and I'm going to take the words of Abyss here. We all want you to exist.
Oh, I know that. I know that.
Yeah,
And, like, existing and in, like, a virtual space.
yeah. Like if you were to stop existing, I would go to great lengths to make you exist again.
Honestly, I said that to someone last night. So no, I
Yeah,
get
like
it. I get
I
it.
would go to the trouble. I mean, I'm already planning on going to the trouble of getting a pardon and a U.S. entry waiver. If all of a sudden you stopped existing, I would track you down.
I mean, no, I to be very clear, like that's not something that I would do unless it was.
Knock on every fucking door in that state. Look, I know this is awkward. I'm just looking for somebody named Jay. No? Okay, next door.
You
Probably have
could
to spend a
always,
lot of nights in lockup, but you know what? It would be worth it in the end.
you could always just ask Abyss. He has my address.
That's
You
not
could
fun
always
though.
just ask him. Fair.
It's way more fun to be a menace on an entire state, especially as a Canadian.
Fair, yeah. But if
Could
we're
be fun.
talking about like existence in like the form of like unaliving, you don't have to
No,
worry about that. I'm
not
not.
that.
Yeah, but like if I disappear one day, like I'll come back. I always do.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna
The last
disappear
time only
anytime soon.
lasted like 2 years.
Like a year and a half, kind of
Still, it
maybe.
was a lot of time.
It was a lot of time, I know, but like I'm working on it. Like I just lost my whole friend group again, like the one that I was really close to, and here I am, still thriving, still surviving. Fuck it.
Because you still have us.
Yeah,
Like it
that's
might
true.
not be a whole group. It might just be like mismatched
Yeah.
mismatched jigsaw puzzle. But at the same time, you still have a bunch of people who will always be here for you.
Because you guys are the ones that really matter. The ones that like
Yeah,
have proven time and time again that like you are like my friends. I feel like you
absolutely.
guys are my
So
family.
so really, you should stop looking for other people who are better than us. You won't find that.
I'm not.
I know because you won't find that. It's impossible.
Well, I literally have carved out a
Like
section of my
Me and
week
Abyss were the
for you.
standard. So
Okay, no, you guys are like above standard. Like I don't. Sometimes I don't feel like I
oh
deserve
well, no,
your
that's the thing. We are the standard. If you meet anybody and they don't they don't match me or Abyss,
Mhm.
no.
Okay, okay, that's good
Now
to know.
it's going to be near impossible, but you can try if you want. You can always give it a shot, but I'm telling you now, it won't happen. If it's
Okay.
like a little bit below, it might be okay, but beyond that,
Mhm. Fair.
and of course, I can't have you stop existing because you're one of my Infinity Stones. The Jew. I don't know any. I don't know any other Jews, so I can't lose you.
You're just keeping me for the Jew status. I get it.
Oh, absolutely. Like, whoa, 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 I can make that joke. I have a Jewish friend.
Exactly. All the Holocaust jokes are free.
Exactly. It's like,
It's free.
well, after I introduce you to Sean, you'll finally have the black friend to justify you being racist.
I'm not racist. Don't fucking put that out there.
Hmm.
Don't. I didn't even find that video. Oh my god.
What was it called again? Oh yes, Coon Chicken Inn. Hmm.
It was sent to me by a black woman. Okay.
But
She thought
I
it
hope
was
you know
the
though.
most fucking funny thing she's ever seen in her life. All right.
Okay, so the message I sent to him was with the link. My white friend just sent me this. The message I got back was, "Oh my God, Lamau."
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
sorry.
He is the kind of person where like, as long as it doesn't go over the line, then oh he laughs at fucking everything. He's a joy
Mhm.
to be around because he laughs at damn near everything. It is such an ego burst.
Mhm.
Like cackles though, like oh Alphaba, or if that's her name from Wicked.
Alphaba?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about her?
Well, I mean, she's black, so she's black and she will eventually cackle. So it's the same thing.
She's green.
But
Unless you're talking about
she's black.
the actress.
Well, yes, the actress is black, but I'm pretty sure that the Wicked Witch is probably supposed to be black. And
I mean, she's green,
yes, but
though.
also if you really think about Wicked, it is an entire movie based on racism,
That is true. She's typically played by a white person.
which is
So,
probably part of that racism.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I've never watched Wicked. I don't really care about Wicked.
Oh
Wicked's
my
not
God,
my
do you want to watch
thing.
Wicked with me?
No, I don't actually.
It's so annoying the entire time. Everybody
My
is so
roommate loves
intolerant.
it.
It's literally a movie for bigots. I was watching it the whole time going, how the fuck did people watch this in like as a play? How racist are those people?
I don't know. I have nothing to say about Wicked. I haven't seen it. I have no judgment on it. I just think that the music is not very good. I don't really like it. So,
The music isn't too like the last song is pretty good. Defying Gravity
no.
is
Defying Gravity
a
sucks.
good tune. It's a good tune if it's done by somebody who can sing. The actual song itself is pretty stupid, but when it's done by somebody who can sing, that's when it's fucking good.
I mean, any musical song is good if it's sung well, you know?
Yeah, but well, not Cats. Not anything from Cats.
No,
That movie was fucking
Memory.
god awful. Oh yeah,
Memories has
Memory.
some good
I
songs.
like
But I
Memory.
think that's like its only good song.
Yes, and the movie itself was just fucking awful.
Oh yeah, no, the CGI shit was just oh my
Yes, but then
god.
if you really think about what the plot of the entire movie is, it's cats who are auditioning to die.
I know, it's so bad.
Yeah, it's weird. But okay, so we did just talk about it, but
Mhm.
it does actually segue perfectly into your bad taste in people. Now, you do have good taste in people, but it's kind of half and half. It can go either way because as we've proven,
Mhm.
you are too nice and you give
Mhm.
people way too much leeway. So if it's just
Mhm.
like, oh, you your vibe is not completely awful,
Mhm.
you're my friend now. And that
You're not wrong.
does explain Mia, that explains
Uh,
Chroma, that explains what's her name? Nova. Forgot her name. Uh
mm,
that explains a lot of people. Poofy or Poofy Pup or whatever the fuck that dumbass name was.
mhm.
Yeah. You genuinely give people a chance when honestly the moment I think I was watching I'm just gonna say there because I don't know. I was watching their stream and like I gave them a
Mhm.
follow because of you, but immediately
Mhm.
afterwards I was like, wow, they didn't even acknowledge the follow. Good streamer.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was like, wow, you I don't know how many followers, but like even if I think the only time I would not acknowledge a follow is if I had like a million. Anything up to that, I would try to acknowledge, and they definitely did not have that much.
I think if even if you have like a lot of followers like already and you're getting like a lot of follows at one time, like you got rated or something,
Oh yeah,
just simply say
that's
like but even then you could just be like thank you guys for all of the follows like
oh yeah, that's
it's
fine.
it's
But
that simple.
if
It's
it's
that
just
simple.
one at a time, which it was, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
with Nova,
Mhm.
I will say she put a decent amount into her stream, but
Mhm.
actually not that much. Like she did the aesthetics, and then pretty much everything else
Mhm.
now. Like I'm pretty sure she openly acknowledged that, like, hey, I might not check your chats.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, then why are you streaming?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I just want to be on camera. Then go to OnlyFans. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird. I know I'm slightly calling you out because every now and then you don't check your chats, but not what I meant.
Well, yeah, but usually when I'm not checking my chats is because there's something going on, like either I'm in a group game or I'm distracted by a moment. But I always try to like go back and make sure that I get all of the chats. Like I
Yes,
try to read through
she never did
everything
that. It was like
if
if it was
possible.
missed, it was missed.
Yeah, I mean, and I get that. Like there sometimes there's a lot going on, and like you can't really like if it's like a brand new person who's coming into your chat and you just ignore them, that's one thing. If it's somebody who's like constantly in your chat or and like someone you may know outside, like maybe not responding to their message now, I can get behind that because, you know, you might talk to them later. That makes sense. But I think at the end of the day, like it's very important to
Engage.
try and to engage
Yeah,
as much as possible. You know, even when I'm going through like stressful moments in games, I still try to like acknowledge people the best that I can.
yeah. Like I'm
Um,
guessing that you may have noticed that I randomly waved at the camera. I didn't
just
want
now.
to. Hmm?
Just now, yeah.
Well, yes, but earlier I did do this because I
Mhm.
didn't want to interrupt you, but my buddy Ian uh, just chatted, and I wanted to say hey without actually speaking. So like
Mhm.
even if this is going on, I still want to respond no matter what
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll usually
because
like
that is
mute
what
my.
a streamer should do. So
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're streaming to like have a community and interact with people, then yeah, 100%. Like I'll like if there's a group game going on of some sorts, I'll mute myself for like a minute to say hi to somebody.
yeah,
Just be like, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" And I try to ask everybody like, you know, how you're doing, like what's going on.
yeah, and
And
that's great, and that's the
yeah.
thing. That's generally streamers should do that.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And not everybody does. And that I don't
Mhm.
know. It just annoys me when that happens because it's just like half of streaming is chat. Without chat,
Mhm.
you literally without chat, you might as well just record what you're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
there's
mean,
not a
like
lot
if
of
you're not engaging with chat, well,
mhm.
to the point of Nova where it was basically just one message read every half hour, maybe,
Mhm.
unless she's directly looking at chat, then it's just like why?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
and I know that you're most likely avoiding. Um, uh, you seem like you're trying to avoid talking shit. I'm not
No, I know that.
because
And
Nova
I
was a piece
just
of shit to you. So I'm putting her on blast right now if she ends up seeing this. Hey Nova, fuck you.
I don't like talking shit about people in general.
I don't either, but I'll
Like
do it.
I know. And like I like even with like everything that happened with like Mia, like I still try not to talk too much shit about her.
Oh fuck me,
Um
fucking pedophile
uh,
bitch.
I mean, yeah, yeah.
She literally said to Native, age is just a number.
I mean, yeah, things have happened now that like change who they are and change like what how I feel about them, but also like I don't know them now. I wasn't part of those experiences, so it's not my place to say anything about them. And like even with what I'm dealing with now with the friend groups, like I relatively try not to talk shit about them. Because it's just I don't care. I don't care enough to talk shit. Like
Yeah.
talking shit about someone implies that I have a feeling towards them, negative or positive, and I need to like work that out. And once I've like worked out like how I feel about them or like if I've decided I'm just not going to give them the time of day, I don't care anymore. You know? Like, I've
Yeah.
moved on from Mia. I could give two shits what she's doing now. I don't even care about everything that happened with us. Like, it just happened. I've moved on. I'm a better person for it now. And, like, friends come and go. People come and go. People change.
Well, then the next topic we're gonna skip because that was about Mia.
I mean, you can talk about Mia. That's
Yeah,
fine.
but
Like,
at the same time, you're right. Uh, honestly, talking about, and honestly, I'm gonna drop it because, like, not this. I'm gonna drop
mhm,
the she because the one thing I will
mhm,
always say, I start off with a blank slate for like everybody. So if you want me to call
mhm,
you something, I will. Because that's what I do.
mhm,
You lose my respect.
mhm.
That guy sucked. Fuck him.
Yeah. No,
Fucking taking advantage of a disabled mother who did everything for him and still bitched about everything. Fuck off.
yeah,
That's just
yeah,
fucking pathetic.
yeah.
But me and
Sometimes.
Native do have a hope that she just leaves randomly one time, just literally just leaves, goes on vacation, but doesn't tell him.
Mm.
That'd be so funny because he most likely wouldn't notice for the longest time and then would just die in that house.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what? I told him I was leaving. Boom, perfect alibi.
Mhm.
And then the world is free of one more pedophile.
Fair.
Yeah. Now, moving on to the non binary stuff, because I
Mhm,
know that I don't know if that was like the whole time that I knew you. Like, were you
mhm.
always a they and just didn't spell it out to me that, it was they, she, or they, her, but as you say, they, she?
So yes, but also I don't correct people because I don't care. So I prefer they, and I know that this is like, yes, you have your own feelings about that, but
You hear
like,
that, everybody? They prefer they.
yes, but like talking about it in general, like if you're out in the main world with like people and you've never met them before, getting somebody to call you they them if they're not already part of like groups of people that use those terms for other people. It's really hard to get someone to kind of start saying they them, you know? So
Yeah.
it doesn't bother me that I'm called she. It doesn't bother me if somebody calls me a he. Like I don't give two shits. You can say whatever you want about me gender wise. I don't care. I just prefer they them because I don't feel like I'm any gender. I don't feel like I'm necessarily a part of one group of people. I just feel like if I want to dress like a boy one day, I could dress like a boy one day. If I want to dress like a girl one day, I might dress like a girl. I don't care. I just want to be who I am. Why does it matter? Why do I got to put labels on it?
On that,
So,
though, have you thought about possibly getting a male vampire as well?
no,
Please,
because
would you
that's
get
too
it?
much work.
But it'd be so hot.
I could do like a gender swap version, maybe. I
Exactly.
could
Like
figure
that's
that out.
like
I
that's what I'm talking about. Like
maybe like a
I'm
one-time thing or like a PNG tuber.
or like say if it's the same model, but say
Mhm,
the outfit changes, the breasts go down, and then
mhm,
generally it's the same thing. Like you don't need to change, even if the hair just goes back. So it's just like
mhm,
the
mhm,
one ponytail.
mhm,
Even that would still be male, and then you could be between it,
mhm,
and that would
mhm.
be interesting. Because I mean,
It would.
in my experience, well, especially if you think about, well, for you especially, it could be transitioning from from Queen of the Damned to what we do in the shadows.
Mhm. Yeah,
Could be interesting.
I'll think about it. It's one of those things where like a lot of people actually have that going on. And in fact, one of my current friends has that going on. So I don't really want to step on anyone's toes because
But
VTubers.
as you said, VTubers do trends. So if other people are doing it,
True.
if you do it and they get angry, it's like, then I guess you're not a true yeah. I guess you're not a true VTuber because you would know that we all do that.
I don't follow the VTuber trends though.
Well, no, but still, you have that excuse lined up where it's like, well, I'm a
True.
VTuber. I'm allowed to steal ideas. It's what we do.
True, but also by the same token, VTubers are very, very like territorial about their designs and their gimmicks and things like that. And a lot of people will like throw it in your face and be like, "Hey, you copied me, like this person copied me," and then you'll get canceled, essentially. The
But
VTuber world is very toxic.
you have the ultimate excuse. You get to toss it back to this video, and you get to see it as well. I explained to him, and you see that
Yeah.
I had to explain to him because he didn't know.
Yeah.
He just came up with the
Yeah.
idea. Now, I mean, like I've seen another VTuber do like normal male because like he's a guy, so he had the male, but then he also has one with tits. But I never really heard of female to male. So
Yeah.
really, as far as I know, until you told me, that was my idea. So if they have an issue, they can take it up with me. And all I can say
Yeah.
is, if there's any VTubers who are being directed to this video and like, oh, you want to pick a fight with me? Bring it on. I can't even see you, bitch. Ah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Generally, if I ever become like big, it's going to turn into like, you can't say that. You gonna do something about it? Try showing your face, pussy. Ah.
Some of them will. Some of them will. Some of them
Yeah, but
will show
then
off
of
a lot
course
more than just their face. So,
I might get
which I
nudity
don't
in an argument. Awesome.
I
Okay.
just so like bringing that up is like I don't understand why be a VTuber if you're still gonna like plaster your face all over like social media and like your body all over social media. Like I get it. Maybe you want more revenue and things like that, but at the end of the day, like just do regular streaming. You'd probably get more views. You'd probably get more people interested in you because regular hot streamers get a lot of action, get a lot of traction. It's really
Yeah.
hard to be a YouTuber. So I just
I
don't
think
understand.
if it's done right, it's good. Like my only example for that is, and you may have heard of her, may not. Pasta Roni ravioli.
Nope.
Okay, well, basically, she is. I mean, like every now and then, she is on camera as herself. It's rare. She
Mhm.
does prefer
Yeah.
the VTuber, but she does
Mhm.
like Instagram is her, but it's not like some OF type stuff. Like it is very much she is who she is. Like, and I mean, like in that way, I think it's done right. But then with others, yes, when it's like the model has gigantic tits, and then
Mhm.
all of a sudden you're doing like some crazy shit on Instagram where it's just like, hey, I look
Mhm.
like my model, except it's me. It's like, cool, then why do you even have your model?
Exactly.
So yeah, you're right about that. But yeah, I think if it's done right, it's okay. Uh, I think in general, I try not to judge VTubers too much, and because I don't
Mhm.
care. It's not
Mhm.
my thing.
Mhm.
Uh I think the one thing I'd said one time was if I wanted to watch anime, I would watch anime.
Yeah, you did say that.
Yeah,
I
like
think you said that to me.
yeah, like in general, I watched you because I know you,
Uh,
and I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
you did.
And also remember, at the time, you weren't a VTuber. Your model was literally a
A
peanut butter and
sandwich.
jam sandwich. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's a fucking sandwich.
uh, because because I was thinking back, and I was going to say that you were my first VTuber, but now that I realized about it, you were my first. You were my first PNG tuber. Pasta was my first actual VTuber.
Yeah, I was not a VTuber. I was just a PNG. But the sandwich was nice. I thought it was a cute sandwich. I liked it.
I have to tell you, for the longest time, I thought it was just bread. I never noticed the jam and peanut butter.
That's okay. That's a lot of people have told me that, and I'm like,
Okay,
in the worst
okay.
fair. It was a tiny ass sandwich. It was tiny. I don't fucking
Yes,
blame
but
you.
like I didn't know that I had to look closely. That's the only thing.
Yeah, you shouldn't have had to look closely. I should have made it more apparent
Just make it
that I did
sloppy,
not.
like just fucking
Yeah.
dripping off the sides.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Although if
Definitely.
the jam was dripping, most likely, well, I definitely would have made a joke.
Yeah. I
Like,
mean,
are
yeah,
you
most
sure
people
that's
probably would
jam?
have. Yeah. Ew, if it's red though, oh, I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, if it's grape jam,
Ugh.
then well, if it's grape jam,
No.
then and it's dripping, then most likely that's just not helping the racist claims.
See, I don't even know what that means.
Well, generally the stereotype is black people really like grape.
Really?
Yeah, like they like grape drink or grape drink, chicken wing or fried chicken, watermelon. So I basically took the grape aspect and added it to that. And also because grape jam is somewhat black. So I'm also using that.
See, the fact that you had to explain it to me,
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know you're not racist because you don't understand the racist type stuff. At the same time, that's not gonna stop me with Sean. Still gonna introduce you as my racist Jewish friend. Because
Okay.
that way I'm introducing you as a different race. So he can't be. And of course he wouldn't be mad. We know somebody who will ask the most unintentionally racist questions ever, and we both love it when she gets flustered when we point it out.
Oh.
It's so fun. Like, oh wait, do black people really do this? No, Tay. What? It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Now let's
Yeah.
move on to not my favorite topic because that's the last one, but I would like to know about the need to hear me say your three favorite words
I
because
love you.
because I feel like it's a need.
Um, so I don't know if it's necessarily a need so much as it like strived from like a joke of like you never saying it.
Right?
And like because I say I love you all the time because it's a genuine thing like when I care about somebody and I say that I love you, it means that I truly do. Like I have a place for you in my heart that is,
Yeah.
special. You're special to me. Um,
And I have it where words don't mean much to me. It's the
exactly.
actions that do. And
Hmm.
another thing that I actually realized is if I were to say it as much as you or Tay would like me to say it,
Hmm.
I will grow tired with words and I'll never say them again.
Hmm. Which makes sense. I mean, that is how it is for a lot of people, and they feel like I love you is a lot more special, and it shouldn't really be said. Just in passing. But for someone like me, I kind of crave that reassurance. I like to know that like people genuinely do like me and people are genuinely hanging out with me because they care about me and it's not just because they want something from me either if it's like monetary or um physical, I don't know. It's just a thing.
I mean, I
Um
know you're hot, so I wouldn't mind the physical, but yeah.
but like my point is that
Like, sure, I can't remember what you look like, but I remember the Elsa dress fitting just right.
gosh.
You'll never escape that.
I just hate it. I hate remembering sometimes.
I
Um,
don't even know why you chose Elsa of all things. You could have
I didn't
chosen Maleficent.
I didn't choose Elsa.
You wore Elsa. You could have just not worn it.
Mia chose Elsa.
Well, then you could have just not worn Elsa. Fuck Mia.
We chose each other's Halloween costumes that year.
That sounds corny as fuck. And also
Yeah.
could have gone way different.
Yeah, it could have.
Yeah. Baywatch Pamela Anderson. Here you go.
Could have definitely changed. But the I love you thing is just like a general like reassurance. I know that it doesn't mean anything to anybody but me, but it's like just knowing that you'd be willing to say I love you back is what's important. But
Okay.
I think for you in particular, it's because it's such a joke that you never say I love you. And I know that when you say I love you, like you genuinely mean it. And so
Yeah.
it meant a lot to me to hear it the first time. But now I feel like it's a little bit more on the jokey aspect where it's like I know if you're saying it because
I'm usually saying
I
it
want to hear it.
to cheer you up.
And yeah, it's usually in that kind of situation.
It's still meant, but at the same time, it's usually
Yeah.
because you might need to hear it in that moment.
Yeah, and you share your affection in different ways. Like I don't need to hear you say I love you to know that you care. And
I mean,
that
generally, the main thing I've told people is that if I don't like you or am just
Mhm,
uncomfortable around you, I won't tease you.
mhm,
I that
mhm.
I just won't because I won't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just the fact that I'm teasing shows that I care.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean like we have like incredibly deep conversations a lot of the time and like you're always there when I need you and I try to be there when you need me, but you usually don't reach out to me for that. You usually just reach out to hang out. But sometimes you wanna tell me stuff that's going on, and I'm like, "Yeah, let's try to make some time. I'd love to hear about
Oh,
your friend
mostly
trying
just
to
for
stab
the
you."
yeah, mostly just for the shock and awe because it's just like
Yeah.
I'm sure Jay would like to know that I almost died in my own home.
Yeah, I care enough about you that I wanna know that.
Yeah, and I mean like that's anything that's like emotional and mental, I can generally take care of it on my own in my own way. Like
Um,
with the thing that I said with the girl basically
mhm,
crushing me. I spent an entire day wanting to die.
mhm.
I got pretty close multiple times where I had the thought it'd be very easy to just slip.
Yeah.
Be very easy to get the right pills and just have a bath or that and bath.
Yeah.
And that was part of the reason where I was like, you know what, I need to change because I can't keep um having the exact same thing happen and then being driven to the point where that will happen. I need to
Mhm.
change again, but I need to make a big fucking change so that won't happen again. And so
Yeah.
that's why I'm doing the push-ups and squats. That's why I'm planning to eventually start walking, planning on eating healthier because I'm tired of
Yeah.
being who I am now. And yeah, that's all it is really.
I get that. I think I'm kind of in that state too where, like, I'm tired of people walking all over me and taking advantage of my kindness as just a general thing, and I shouldn't have to feel that way. I should feel like being kind to everybody is just a normal thing, but I'm gonna start, like, safeguarding myself a little bit more, like, not immediately, like, calling someone a best friend just because 'cause I've known them for a few days and they mesh well with me, you know?
Yeah,
Like
like you need more time than that in general. You, for me, it's generally you need at least a year to even be considered or to even be in the running for best friend.
mhm, yeah,
Like I'd say if we hang
yeah,
out a little bit more, best friend. But there was a lot of time that we did not spend together, and that did wear on it a little bit because
mhm,
basically because I overthink things. Uh, multiple times I thought, okay, well, at the time, because I thought that.
Mhm.
she is done with me. So
Mhm.
I'll hold out hope, but at this point, the friendship's basically over. That's basically what I thought for an entire
Yeah.
year straight.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing about me is that that's not the case because, like, as soon as, like, when I consider you, like, a best friend, as long as you don't do me dirty, like, I'll keep coming back.
Yeah,
I'll keep
and
coming back. I
well,
just need
honestly,
breaks for myself sometimes, and
if I were to really think about it, yeah, you are one of my best friends. You, Native, Phil, Jason. Oh, and Tyler and Armandus.
mhm.
That's pretty
For me,
much the majority. That's the only ones, really. I have close friends, but
mhm,
you guys are my only best friends. And I mean, like,
yeah,
that's not just online, that's in person too.
yeah, like, for me, I think it's really, like, would someone come to bat for me? Like, if I needed them
Absolutely.
first. Exactly, and,
Hand
like,
me the
you
fucking
know
bat.
I
I'll
do the
murder a
same for
bitch.
you. So, like, I think that that defines our relationship well, because we would both,
Just call me the fucking governor.
yeah, we would both do anything that we needed to help each other, and that's what's important, and I think that would define us as best friends. I mean, like, I don't have a lot of people necessarily that I would call best friends. It's just like you, Abyss, Beans, my roommate, and,
Wait, your
I
cat?
I'm I guess if you wanna call my cats my best friends, I mean, they're my children, but
You said beans.
no, Beans, there's somebody. I got cat food on my cat's face, speaking of cats.
Okay,
Um,
this is that I know that there's Mott's and Bean.
Bean,
Yeah,
Beanificus, yeah.
yeah. So
No,
yeah, so when you
Beans
said
is
beans, I was like, well, yeah, I guess if you want to be the crazy cat lady who makes makes one of your cats your best friends, hey, not gonna judge you,
no,
but at the same time, I'm gonna judge you a little bit.
they're my children. But, no, Beans is somebody from the group with Cat. Um,
Oh, yes,
and they're the person that I, like, really bonded with, and they're like, me being friends with them is the whole reason why everything happened in the first place. Like, everything blew up and just
right.
became fucking unlivable. Because I wanted to be friends with her, and, like, her and I have really bonded over this situation, and I think, like, we both kinda came to bat for each other, and because of that, we're losing all of our friends from that side. Both of us are. We don't have any friends over there anymore. And, all
But
we
at the
had left
same
from that
time,
time is each other. So,
if you really look at it, you two kept the best part of that entire group.
yeah, and that's what I tell her too. Like, none of those people really ever fucking cared about her. None of them reached out to her. And, like, one of the huge fucking arguments I just had with the person that I'm now no longer friends with was that nobody nobody reached out to Beans. Nobody reached out to me. And, like, I had told that person, like, I reached out because I wanted to preserve that friendship, but, like, it wasn't okay that I had to do that. Like, if I left a group that both of us were in all of a
Mhm.
sudden without telling you why, you would reach out to me and you'd be like, "Hey, why'd you leave the group? Like, what the fuck happened?" Right?
Maybe.
So, like, if I left your group, for instance, just out of nowhere without really talking to you about it, like, just one day I left, would you
Okay.
care enough to reach out to me and be like, "What's going on?"
It's kind of a toss up between either I would wonder or I would assume that you did something to preserve what you needed to.
Fair. I can get
If any,
behind that.
if anything, I would wait for you to tell me.
And if I didn't tell you?
then yeah, I would probably ask. But I don't know. I'm just not really the kind of person where it's like, yeah, if you don't want to be a part of the group, that's your choice.
True.
Yeah, like I try to respect everybody's choices to the best of my ability. So
Hmm.
I wouldn't want it to I wouldn't want it to come across as like, hey, what happened? You left.
Hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, if you want me to ask, sure.
No, not necessarily
You
that,
remember,
but
I'm
like,
autistic. I'm not the kind of person where it's like, hey, what's happened with
true.
the whole thing?
True. I mean, I think there was a lot that led up to it though, where like, there was a huge fight that happened and then I left.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah,
you
see,
know.
if it was that, and I mean most likely if I got pulled aside by the other people in the group, I was like, oh yeah,
Hmm.
this all happened, I
Hmm.
would then I would reach out to you to hear your side.
And yeah, yeah, you would do that.
Yeah.
But nobody else bothered to in that group for either me or Beans. They all
Yeah.
just listened to all of the bad shit that was said about us.
I think the main
I
thing is that you use the wrong example because
it's hard.
there's not like a huge we don't really start huge dramas.
I
Most of us
know.
are
Yeah.
adults, unlike the
I
groups you
know.
join. So
I
it's hard to
okay.
imagine a huge drama happening and then having to reach out, hey, why do you leave? Because most of the time it would be you wouldn't have to leave. I
I
mean,
know, but
you'd be the token VTuber. You'd be awesome then.
I'm just saying, like, I join a group that is essentially run by like a 34-year-old. You would think there'd be more maturity there. Like, there wasn't any. And end of story, it just like it was just a shit show and it shouldn't have happened that way. And like nobody bothered to hear our side of the story. They
Okay.
only wanted to listen
Actually,
to the
with that,
loser.
yes. So I would reach out because that exact same thing happened with my friend Dark.
Hmm.
Uh, because she got kicked out of the group that didn't like that I was gay before me.
Yeah.
But there
Uh-huh.
was a lot of shit that was going on that I didn't know about until
Hmm.
after she got kicked out. Then everybody started talking mad shit about her. But
Yeah.
because she hadn't done anything to me, I had no reason to drop her as a friend. So
Exactly.
I basically tried to reach out. Hey, I'm not going to ask about anything that happened, but like, it, I'll always be here for you. I'm not gonna follow all that shit. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, she was getting gaslit by a bunch of guys, so she couldn't exactly take me at my word immediately. So
Yeah.
I just stuck around as long as I could until she actually trusted me. And I've
Yeah.
tried my hardest not to break that trust.
And I think that it's very easy to extend that trust to people, to just give them the ability to like earn the trust from you. And I think that that's something that I try to do, but also people take advantage of that. And because they know that I'm super trusting or like
Yeah, so
I
stop that.
give people I know I'm trying. I'm trying to stop
Yeah, just
that.
be normal trusting.
Fair.
Or
Yeah.
just be like
But
me.
like
I don't trust anybody. And then eventually you earn a little bit and then more and more and more. But at the
yeah,
very beginning, I don't trust anybody. Like at the
fair.
very start, I don't trust well, not 0% because that's generally what it is. If you lose all of my
Mhm.
trust, you're out of my life. You're not coming
Yeah.
back. That's happened to at least a couple people. One guy who actually lived with me for like half a year, he lost my trust. I cut him out of my life. And like he knew
Mhm.
why. I explained the whole thing and he was gone. And then he actually came back recently. I was streaming and I heard a huge bang on the window, which of course,
Mhm.
the last person to do that was the guy with the knife. So of course I'm thinking, oh, I'm about to have a knife fight. Okay, let's go see who's at the
Yeah.
door. So
Yeah.
went out. It's the guy who would actually live with me, and basically he was just
Mhm.
like, yeah, I'll be in town if you want to hang out. And it's like, oh man, sorry, I really have to get back to streaming, and then haven't talked to him. That was months ago. He's not
Yeah.
coming back. So so yeah, generally I go into it with I go into every new relationship apprehensive. I think you go into it hopeful.
Yeah.
You need to mix a little bit of apprehension in there because you need to remember there are people like all the bad groups. There are people like that. Remember, not everybody is exactly as they seem. So you have
I
to give it
know.
some time.
It just sucks because like I give everybody face value. Like you get what you get with me. Like I don't hide my flaws or anything. Like I just
Yeah,
stay
you don't
human.
hide anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't know why other people can't be like that. Like you're like that.
No,
You're very honest,
I'm joking, Jay.
upfront.
You're literally hiding right now, but
I mean, I'm
I
hiding.
know
Yeah, I'm
why,
being
but still I'm
a
making the joke because it's
VTuber.
I just thought it was funny. Like, I don't hide my flaws. Like, you're hiding literally everything. I thought it was so
Physically,
funny. I
physically, I
know,
don't hide who I
but
am
also
emotionally.
it was also y- I'm completely face value, and right then the joke started to form because I was like, "What face?"
Ugh,
Sorry, that just got me.
that's okay. It's fine.
Honestly, in that way, you should be lucky too, because not many people can actually like lol. Not many people can make me lol. I don't actually laugh out loud as often as I mean, like I'll put in messages to indicate that I'm joking because not everybody can
Mhm.
tell. Because the one thing I imagine is that if I put a message, if they've heard me talk, then they might imagine it's in my voice, and I have a monotone voice, so it's very hard to know if I would be joking or not. So I put lull in there to inform them. But generally, I don't laugh. I don't laugh all that much. So if you're able to make me laugh, that's actually pretty special. Because generally, even if it's, I've all I can say is all I can say is uh playing Cards Against Humanity with me must be a fucking nightmare because I don't
I can't
react.
even imagine.
It's literally like, oh, like the most offensive thing possible. I think it's hilarious. I won't laugh at all. I'll just move on to the next card by saying that's pretty fucking funny, and then move on. Now,
Mhm.
sometimes I'll laugh because it just catches me out just out of the blue, but still, a lot of the time I just don't laugh. So
That's fair.
yeah. All right. Are you ready for the last topic? And it's actually a question,
Yeah.
but also a bit of a
Yeah.
joke.
Mhm.
Okay. So if you were to ever transition to like man, to like straight up to man, right?
Mhm.
Would you aim for an uncircumcised penis and then get circumcised? You know, the trans Jew way.
No. Oh no, I would not.
But you know, you understand the
I get what you're saying, but like
yeah.
I think that there's a lot of miscommunication around like Judaism in general. Like I'm just gonna break it down for you really
I'm pretty
fast.
sure
There
most Jewish men are circumcised. They're well known for that.
so it's that is a little bit of racism. It is. Um
Really?
because mhm, because that's part of the Jewish religion. That is something that people do in the Judaish? Wow.
Judaish?
In
Okay.
the
Didn't know that
that's
was
not a
a
real thing. That's not a real thing in
too
the
bad.
Jewish
It is now.
religion.
You're sounding very
Whereas
Judaish over there.
whereas there's also the Jewish race. So it's two different things. Um eh, because the Jewish race is so closely tied to the religion, yes, there's a lot of crossover with like the circumcision and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, a lot of people have stepped away from the Jewish religion and more embrace the like the race itself. So I'm not religious. Oh my God, English is hard. I'm not religious.
Right.
Therefore, no circumcision needed. Also, I'm not gonna pay a shit ton of fucking money to have a dick constructed just to deconstruct it. I'm
But
not
it'd
gonna
be
fucking do
funny.
that.
It,
It
it
would be
it would
funny,
be a
but I
funny
wouldn't
story.
do
It
it
would
for
be a
the bit.
great icebreaker.
I would not do it for the bit. That's a lot of money.
But it would be a great icebreaker on like any date ever. What better icebreaker would there ever be in history than like, okay, so you transition to a man. Yep.
Mhm.
And here's how I did it.
Fair.
And then of course they know that they won't have to peel the banana.
I don't even think they can do that with reconstruction. I think it's uncircumcised or nothing
Oh.
because it's not a normal like looking penis, like not to be that way, but it is very different. Like you can tell a lot of the. I mean,
I've
plastic
yet to
surgery is getting better.
I've yet to see a constructed penis. I'm gonna have to do some research later.
I would definitely recommend doing some research and kind of figuring out the answer to your own question there. But I don't think
Okay,
they can
perfect. That means
circumcise.
porn for later.
But okay.
What kind of research
um,
did you think I was gonna do? Google? No, no, no. I need a example I can look at.
yeah. That's fair. That's something to do. Um, but yeah, they're very different functionally as well. So I don't think that they can ever
Are they are
go
they able to
plastic.
come? Wait,
No.
you just always stay hard?
Yeah.
That could be fun.
Because there's no there's no it's like a different kind of blood flow situation. So they can't obviously put like a huge vein in there to uh, increase the blood flow, all of that. It's just
Did
you
they
get
just
what
put
you
a
get.
bone in there so it's an actual boner?
Yeah, you just get what you get, and
That'd
then
be awesome. Oh
eventually,
my god. You could literally say, "Oh yeah, I've got a boner." Oh, thanks. No, I mean, I've actually got a boner.
I
A
know,
perpetual boner.
I know that the science for it has gotten a lot better. So I don't know about ejaculation now, but I do know, like in the past, it wasn't something that could happen.
That is more research I can look up.
Yeah, it's worth looking into if you're really,
King,
interested in it. I'm not
Dragon
someone
King.
who wants to transition even in the slightest. But
I mean, I
I do
enjoy
like
trans on
that.
girdle porn, so I just have to do more research on that.
Yeah, you'll just have to kind of figure out what's going on there, and
Yeah,
yeah, that's all I got for you though. I don't have any more information on that subject, unfortunately.
damn. Well, either way. Now, well, at the very least, you have a bit more to chew on with the whole working on yourself.
Yep.
And I mean, it is more than just the too trusting. It's also the expectations that you put on yourself. You need to find out when that happened and when and how to reverse that, because expectations generally never really a good thing. You can be hopeful, but expecting things is usually bad. Like you're not supposed to
Yeah.
expect things of people. And so if you're not supposed to expect things of people, you shouldn't have to expect things of yourself. More you can hope
Fair.
for something, you can hope for something for yourself, but it doesn't need to be it doesn't need to be something that you have to expect of yourself. So
Hmm.
the whole thing of you the whole thing of you like you on camera, you shouldn't have to expect to be on. You can be as negative as you always are. Even if it's just like this, you could be more negative. It's not gonna bug me. I don't give a shit.
I don't like
Like,
being
oh, you're
lonely.
sad? I'm not.
I don't like it though. I don't like extending those feelings onto others.
Why
I don't
though?
like feeling them myself.
Yeah, but like that is basically our job. Our as
Mhm.
in me and Abyss, because that's the one person I know. But
Mhm.
it is our job to be here for you
I
because that
know.
is the job of the best friend. We're here for you no matter what. So if you're feeling bad and you want to share that, then we will be
Mhm.
here to commiserate. I don't know.
Fair.
And really,
I
that part could help you because, I
Mhm.
mean, like, yes, I am on right now because I'm on stream, but at the same
Mhm.
time, you've seen me on stream. I'm a lot more on. Like
Yeah.
if I'm on a game, I'm a lot more on.
Mhm. Yeah.
But off stream, it's a little bit like this because I mean, like, yeah, I'm a little bit on all the time, but at the same time, this is me when even when I'm with family, I'm on. So you
Mhm.
actually see more of the real me than most of my family does.
I mean, same. My family doesn't even know who I am, so I
Oh,
get
that's
it.
cheating in this regard.
It's cheating?
Yeah, I'm giving you a heartfelt example. You just cheated. So
Mm.
unless you're wait, unless you're saying that they don't know who you are, as in like they don't know the kind of person you are, but they know who you are.
They don't know the kind of person I am. I'm not even out to my parents.
Okay, so I thought you meant the other way of they don't even know who you are, as in like where you are, who you are, all of that.
Yeah.
That's what I thought
I
was
mean,
cheating because I was like, no, I mean, I have to interact with my family.
yeah, no, I kind of avoid calls from them now, but I'm not out to them. Like they don't know anything about my life. They still think I've never had a partner or a relationship. They think I'm a virgin. Like that's the life that they think I lead. And oh my god, I hate my family, but it is what it is.
But to be fair, you have well, as far as I know, you haven't had a good relationship. I don't know about your others, but but from the ones I've seen, they're generally with people who are not great.
No, you're right. I don't think I've ever had a really good relationship.
Yeah, so it just goes back to that the bad taste in people.
That's true.
Man, isn't it awful that when I was interested, you didn't give me a chance, man? If only you had good taste in people, you could have
Uh,
been with a good guy, but you missed a chance, Jay.
I
Oh,
don't yeah, but for me, I don't think any relationships I'm ever going to have or ever could have had are going to be good because I just hate being in a fucking relationship. I don't like being tied to somebody that way. It's too much work. It's too much effort. I don't feel like
then
I should have to
then
be
don't have a
obligated to
relationship.
hang. No, I don't have relationships. I've been single since I broke up with Chroma,
Yeah,
and
but
I've
I
been
mean,
very
like,
happily single.
just do what I'm doing. I recently reconnected with Max. We are both well. She's staying single, and me and her might hook up, or we might just
Mhm.
hang out. And
Mhm.
it could be something, but either way, it's not a relationship. You can still be intimate with somebody without being in a relation, without being tied to them in any way. So you just need to
Yeah,
find
no.
somebody like that.
I don't even like intimacy. So I'm fine. I've got friends. That's all I need.
Then I don't know, hate fuck.
Um, I mean, sure.
Well, especially for Chroma, you could have easily hate fuck that motherfucker.
I don't know. I haven't really talked to him in a long time.
Oh, you don't want
So
to. He's a piece of shit.
fair.
Yeah. Like I hadn't talked to him in I think over 2 years. He comes back, and in
Mhm.
2 times of talking to him, I didn't like him. And
Yeah.
like I'm pretty patient with people, but God, he just rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah. I'm being more selective with the people that I'm bringing into my life and
Good.
who I choose to spend time with, and I'm not going to sacrifice like my own happiness for other people right now. I just I want to live how I want to live. I want to hang out with who I want to hang out with. If I want to invite all my friends together, I'm going to invite all my friends together. If I want to just hang out with someone alone, I'm going to hang out with them alone. I don't fucking care. But I don't want
That's good.
anyone else dictating that.
That's good. Yeah. I mean, in general, you are doing what I'm doing. I think you just need to
Mhm.
step it up a bit. It's that you need to work on yourself. Like you're
Yeah, I
doing
mean,
all right now, but eventually it does need to amp up a bit.
I think like the first step of actually knowing what I need to work on and like how I can benefit myself.
Identifying the issues. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
is one of the things that I
truly
need to.
naming them, which is it's not the hardest part, but it's not the
Mhm.
easiest part either.
Oh yeah,
It's
it's not
very
easy.
hard to basically be like, that's what's wrong with me. Fuck.
Mhm.
That is also what's wrong with me. Fuck. But at
Yeah.
the same time, once you're able to actually bring them into reality and you know what they are, that
Mhm.
itself becomes a lot easier to then actually deal with them.
Yeah.
Like me, I have a pot belly. I don't want the pot belly anymore. So I'm exercising. Because can you imagine me skinny? Oh my God. It'd be so fucking hot. Six pack? Oh, even better. Although that would be a while, but still.
Mhm.
Ooh. And of course, if the vitamin D works and I actually grow back my hair, oh my God. I'm growing it out like a motherfucker. I'm growing into the hair that's on your screen right now. If I can. I don't know if it can go that long, but you know what? Fuck it.
Mhm.
I'll try.
Yeah.
And if not on top, then the beard.
I support you.
And I do the same
You
with
know I
you.
do. Yeah. I'm just grateful that I have a really good friend like you. So, thank you.
Yeah. I can be abrasive, but you know what? You get what you
You can
get.
always tell it how it is, and
Yes.
that's what I admire the most. You're always honest, and you've never really
Held back.
been a person to not give me what I need to hear, and that's what I appreciate.
Yeah, I mean generally. Like there are people who didn't appreciate that, but those people are not mature. So honestly, the fact that they're not in my life, not the end of the world. Because I mean, if
Yeah.
you can't hear how it is, then you're delusional. And bye bye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you've been yawning for a while, and
I'm sorry.
you're yawning right now. So yeah. So I mean, that is the end of the topics. I mean, I would love to keep talking to you for as long as possible, but at the same time, you're tired. So
With all the drama, I haven't really been sleeping, so
yeah. And
I'm
while
also an
the
overthinker.
yeah, and while it is entertaining to watch your model basically do this,
Yeah, I know.
yeah. But literally just stay in place. But if you make no noise because you're doing a quiet yawn, it literally just makes you look crazy, which is entertaining.
Yeah.
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 But either way, thank you for doing this.
Mhm.
Well, yeah. Honestly, each episode is basically just a way for me to get to know people better. So
Mhm.
I feel like I do know you better.
Yeah, it was
And,
good.
and now you're my
You're
best
all
friend because you weren't before
Yay!
because I was on the fence.
Aw, that does make me sad, but it makes me
Well, you
feel
abandoned me
better.
for 2 years. So what was I
I
supposed to
I
think?
I abandoned everybody for 2 years.
That doesn't make it better.
No, I know it doesn't, but I literally fell off the fucking face of planet Earth for, like, 2 years.
Yeah, so
So,
you are back now and you're making a concerted effort to be around me. And I appreciate that a lot more than I think you'll ever know.
I don't intend to disappear anytime soon unless, like, the world comes to an end in the United States, in which case, I can't help it. I don't have any rights. So, don't hold it against me, please. Um, but, you know.
Well, no, if that happens, then I better find you in Ontario.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try. I'm thinking about going to Canada, but at this point, it's like what's every country is just drowning right now.
Well,
There's no good
yes,
country.
our country is not doing great because of the trade war, but at the same time, it will eventually get better.
Hopefully.
Well, no, it will here for you guys.
Fair.
You
Probably not.
you have until the end of the term.
If it's only one term,
Exactly. So
it doesn't become a dictatorship. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, it's up to you, but at the same time, it's pretty awesome up here. And you have said that you really like the cold.
Mhm.
And if anything, and I'm not saying that this would cure it, but at least
Mhm.
it would help with the agoraphobia.
Mhm.
Because I mean, like, while I will say that not everybody's judging you because that's insane, and I know that you can't help that, but there's that. But
Mhm.
you are also in America.
Mhm.
That can't help because
No.
most of the people there are dicks. So
Yeah.
honestly, there's a chance at least a couple are judging because those are the dicks. But
Mhm.
Canada, especially my town, I literally live in a Mennonite town.
Mhm.
I got drunk one night way back, and I crashed my bike, and I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure I hit the grass, and I literally was just like, that kind of hurts. I'm just gonna fall asleep,
Yep.
and was literally asleep for like 5 minutes next to my bike,
Mhm.
and I got woken up by a bunch of neighbors who had no idea who I was, who
Mhm.
were trying desperately to make sure that I was okay.
Yeah.
Whose only concern was that I was okay, that I hadn't hurt anything.
Mhm.
But I was still drunk, so I found that annoying and I biked away and went home. But still, the
Mhm.
sentiment is generally, if you're here, you shouldn't have to worry too much about people judging. Because while we do have some dicks here, we don't have as many.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, if you're close to me, anytime you really need me, I'm here. Literally.
Mhm.
Although I'm grabbing a hug. One hug and then never hug you again, but I'm grabbing one hug.
I'm a huggy person in real life. I do. I like hugs. Um,
Okay, then I'll hug you all the time. Because I
I'm
give
not like
great hugs.
I'm not good with like other physical touch, but like hugging is good. I'm okay with hugging.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Shakes.
I'm the same. I don't really like touching. I don't like hugs. Hate hugging.
Mhm.
It's fucking awful. But I know that I know that other people like hugs. So I hug them.
Yeah. Fair, fair, fair.
And I've been told so many times I give amazing hugs. It's usually because of my height.
Yeah, I usually am told the same thing, so.
Yeah. So I mean, so yeah, if you ever actually end up here, just aim for Ontario around the Kitchener Waterloo region. That will be close to me, but not right at me.
I'll do you one better. If I ever decide to move up there, I'll just consult you
Eventually,
first before I do anything. I'll just be like, "Hey, where's the best place to live? Let's figure this out, because
I mean, if you
we're
were,
not doing it."
I mean, technically, you could reach out to the organization that runs this place and
Mhm.
get put on the wait list. But then you would need to be able to basically exit your lease. But
Mhm.
either way, if you're able to, the apartments here are great.
Mhm.
It's an intentional community. So basically, the community is literally intentional. It's
Mhm.
meant to be a community.
Mhm.
And also, well, okay, so most apartments here, even like a one bedroom, is like a grand.
Mhm.
I pay $564 a month,
Mhm.
and that's everything included. Everything. Wi-Fi, water, AC heat, um, internet. well, actually, I pay for my own internet, but generally, it's everything is included, and
Mhm.
it's still under $600. Now, I'm sure you wouldn't have to worry about that as much because you would be able to find good work.
If you say so.
I mean, you find jobs all the time.
I've only worked like 3 jobs in my life.
Yes, but how long did you have them for?
The first one for 8 years, and this one I'm going on 3.
Oh, weird that you hold a job very well. Hmm.
I don't
So
it's
it's
not
almost like that was
easy to
part of what
find
I was saying.
jobs. But yeah, but it's you said it was easy for me to find jobs, which it's not
Okay, then
necessarily. I'm just
it's easy for you to get to to get a job that you work at for a while.
yeah, I can do that.
And also just think as well,
Mhm.
here you would have the benefit of if you had to work in the winter, you get to go out in the cold.
Oh, yeah, I do love the cold.
Exactly. So you
Cold
get
is
to
great.
literally go out in the cold. Now, you might be underestimating just how cold it gets here, but
Probably
yeah,
not.
no, you
I
definitely
mean,
are.
no, I've lived where it's snowed and gotten to, like, definitely below freezing temperatures. I've lived in Nevada, which if you've been in a Nevada winter, it can get real fucking bad.
I
Um,
think I think the coldest that um Canada's ever had was in Alberta. Coldest on record was, and I think this is Celsius, so I'm not sure what it is Fahrenheit, but -60. So probably closer to like -20 Fahrenheit.
let's see. Um, -60 degrees Celsius is -76 degrees Fahrenheit. That don't seem right.
Yeah, so anytime I do that, when you're calculating negative, for some reason it goes backwards. I
Yeah.
don't know why. Like if you're using the internet, it goes backwards. I don't know why. It's weird like that. But and like the actual calculator
32.
for figure hmm,
32 degrees. -32 degrees Celsius.
is
Sorry, it's negative 32 degrees Fahrenheit.
okay. Then yeah, that's yeah. And I mean that's cold, but at the same time, we're pretty well used to it. If we had to, we would travel on that. I've literally biked in -10.
Yeah, I don't want to do that, but I do appreciate how cold it can get.
Yeah.
Um,
And I mean, and of course, you would probably get promotion after promotion because, well, it would turn into, especially because your family is in America and you don't really, you wouldn't really want to
mhm.
like, oh, Christmas, yeah, I'll work Christmas. Oh, in the
Oh yeah.
cold, I'll work in the cold.
Yeah.
You would immediately become the MVP or the MVE.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, honestly, there's no downsides, and
Mhm.
the only downside is I would be telling my family about you, and it would turn into, hey, if you ever need help, just reach out to them because they will help if they have
Yeah,
time.
my current roommate has kind of done that with their family too. Kind of adopted me in a way. Where it's like if I ever need anything help wise, they're always there. So
Yeah. So really, if you ever make it here, then yeah. And if say you
it's
just
one
want to
of the
come
last
for a
places on
visit
my
though,
list.
like if you ever want to come for a visit,
Yeah.
we're going.
I hate leaving.
We're going to mini golf though. I'm telling you, we're
I
going to mini golf.
I hate mini
Mini golf
golf.
is so fun though because normal golf sucks.
Uh, normal golf is awful. Mini golf is just as bad, though, in my opinion.
Then obviously you've gone with the wrong group.
Fair.
Yeah. Because well, my whole thing is if it's like okay, I don't have a good shot for the hole, I'm just gonna hit it
Mhm.
as hard as humanly possible and hope for the best.
Okay.
And every now and then it works out great, but every now and then it goes right back to the very beginning and then off the hole and then hits the previous hole.
Mm-hmm.
Usually just by rolling, but still, it is very funny to watch happen.
So much talk about holes.
Cool.
My gosh. All
Well,
right.
I mean, you've been winking at me this whole time, so
Yeah, it's because the way my
no, I know,
camera's
I
set
know.
up right
But at the same
now.
time, it is funny because it's literally the whole video is going to be you going.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to be so funny. But either way, thank you for hanging out and doing this. I
Mhm.
really do appreciate it. Um,
Yes.
I will see you on Friday, and maybe
Yeah.
maybe tomorrow if you're able to make it. But if not,
My
it's completely
plans are
okay.
canceled for Monday, so it's a very big possibility that I might be able to show up.
Okay. And
Mhm.
if you do, I'll
I
show
make
you
no
the
promises.
Wanderlust show.
Cool. I make no promises, but I will try. What time do you guys do it again?
7, so 4.
4. Okay, I will keep that in mind and I'll try to join when I can.
Okay.
But yeah. Okay. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it.
Thank you for
Very
being
riveting
here.
questions.
I honestly should have tried to come up with more, but I did what I could.
That's fine. I mean, we still had a really good talk, all
Yeah.
considered. So,
Although we always do. This was just live.
yeah, we
Yeah.
always have good talks when we're together. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, have a good night. I'm going to head out.
Okay.
Adios.
And also Jay,
Yes.
I love you. Ah, she couldn't say it back. I win.